Folks, the story of America is a story of progress and resilience.
Of always moving forward, of never ever giving up.
It's a story unique among all nations.
Somebody get him some water, please. What did he just say?
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. I know there's a lot of doomers out there that are like, it's all is lost and things suck right now, but can we please appreciate some of the nice things that we do have, like a president who trolls so savagely Joe Biden that he posts Snapchat memes about Joe Biden while Joe Biden is speaking during the State of the Union, with rings hanging on Joe Biden's nose and Joe Biden as a chihuahua. This is a post from real Donald Trump on Truth Social using Snapchat filters, although I can tell you these filters are really tough to discern the difference between real life and, well, the filtered life, because that straight up looks a lot like Kamala Harris. This looks, ladies and gentlemen, a lot like Kamala Harris. I don't know. I don't know which one's real. Is this the filter? Is this like an actual photo? Is this like from the wires, or is this? I don't know. I will say this. I am appreciative. While I may not be able to appreciate the difference between real Kamala Harris and the Snapchat version, I'm appreciative of Donald Trump for trolling Joe Biden so hard last night. Here's one of the glorious posts that Donald Trump posted last night as he live truthed through Joe Biden's State of the Union. And we have actually a comprehensive selection of our favorite quotes and our favorite trolls of Donald Trump from last night. Let's begin.
We're going to buy American. We're going to buy America. Folks, so trade rules. Buy America has been the law since 1933. Also caps and won't even go into effect until 2025.
Who explains?
By the way,
who explains to Donald Trump on his staff, like,
and the benefit expires in 2025.
Who explains the Snapchat filters?
Grids that are able to weather major storms and not prevent those fires.
Who's the guy who has to explain like what a Snapchat filter is to Donald Trump on his staff? Who is that person? The video that Trump posted on Truth Social should have been the GOP rebuttal. It's short, funny, as F, and you get the message. Yeah, that's exactly right. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the first post of Donald Trump from the Truth Social truthing of Joe Biden's State of the Union address, one of many legendary posts. This is a ad that was created by Donald Trump's super PAC asking if Joe Biden will survive the speech. Here we go.
Whatever the hell they want. I guess I should clear my mind here a little bit.
We can all see Joe Biden's weakness. If Biden wins, can he even survive till 2029? The real question is, can we? Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
So it turns out that Joe Biden did, in fact, survive the speech. Joe Biden barely was able to make it. He was coughing and wheezing the entire time, and the meds wore off very, very quickly, and made for quite the embarrassing moment for Joe Biden at the very end there when he could barely stand up or keep a train of thought. Donald Trump saying the story is that Joe Biden got through it. He's still breathing and they didn't have to carry him out in a straitjacket. Other than that, he did a very good job. Okay, all right. What else do we got from Donald Trump? That may be the angriest, least compassionate, worst State of the Union speech ever made. It was an embarrassment to our country. Joe Biden was particularly angry, visceral, yelling half the time and shouting really, really quickly. I mean, that White House is all out of Adderall. Do not come knocking on the White House for Adderall or cocaine. They are out of both. They've used it all. Joe Biden was also coughing quite a bit. You can see here in a compilation that Joe Biden was coughing pretty much like every 2 or 3 minutes throughout the end of the speech. Pretty gross. And then Joe Biden would go over and shake people's hands. Don't shake people's hands. Going out. He keeps coughing into his right hand. Donald Trump posting on Truth Social. It's like a shouting match. Every line is being shouted. Shouted. Biden talked about Snickers bars before he talked about the border. That's correct, Joe Biden. Talking about shrinkflation before talking about Laken Riley, which he was forced to talk about by Marjorie Taylor Greene. We'll get to that in just a second. The drugs are wearing off. A classic and legendary post from Donald Trump. Please let these two men debate. Please let them debate it. Please. The coughing, the coughing, the coughing, always the coughing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's rough to listen to. Here, have a listen.
Hamas ended this conflict by releasing hostages, laying down arms, could end it by releasing the hostages, laying down arms, and surrendering those responsible for October 7th. But Israel has excuse me.
Why doesn't Joe Biden bring up East Palestine and the other towns all throughout America that have been left behind and destroyed by inflation? Well, I answer that's pretty easy, because no one in America, no one, except for Nancy Pelosi's insider trading portfolio, is doing better under Joe Biden. No one. Everyone is doing worse under Joe Biden. He is so angry and crazy. Donald Trump. There is nothing he can say tonight that can absolve him from letting 15 million people into the country illegally. He'll probably blame me, but I had the safest border in history of our country. So that won't go very far. Donald Trump, calling it like it is. His hair is much better from the front than on the back. Do we have photographs to prove that? Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump spitting truth on truth. And here's the final meme that Donald Trump shared of the night. Joe Biden just eating ice cream while America in a dumpster fire floating down the river. Embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Biden was embarrassed by multiple members of Congress. Troy Nehls, a member of Congress from Texas, wore a red, white, and blue bow tie and a Donald Trump Never Surrender t-shirt to the State of the Union. So you have members of Congress that are wearing Trump Never Surrender t-shirts, look like this on the House floor. Maybe this is kind of why Joe Biden was off his rocker. Joe Biden was also knocked off his rocker by Marjorie Taylor Greene, who shouted at him to say Laken Riley's name, and then Joe Biden said Lincoln Riley and talked about illegals, and that pissed off the left, and pissing off both sides. So, really impressive. State of the Union speech should be unifying. Joe Biden is pissing off both sides. Really, well done, everyone. Check this out.
It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner. Not really. Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of the thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself. I understand. But look, if we change the dynamic at the border, people pay these smugglers $8,000 to get across the border because they know if they get by and let into the country, it's 6 to 8 years before they have a hearing. And it's worth taking the chance of the $8,000. But if it's only 6 weeks, the idea is it's highly unlikely that people will pay that money and come all that way, knowing that they'll be able to be kicked out quickly.
Speaking of being trolled to your face in a slightly more serious manner, this man yelled at Joe Biden, trying to get him to acknowledge that he killed his son. This is a Gold Star father. His name is Steve Nakui. His son, Kareem Nakui, was a Marine who was killed at the Abbey Gate in the disastrous suicidal withdrawal of Afghanistan, ordered to his death by Joe Biden. Much like Laken Riley, a death preventable by Joe Biden. And Joe Biden did nothing. Joe Biden has done nothing and doesn't seem to care. And so this man yelled at Joe Biden and then was subsequently, this is his son that was murdered by Joe Biden, was subsequently arrested for this. And charged with a misdemeanor. So Joe Biden straight up charging. There you go. Joe Biden straight up arresting and charging Gold Star parents. Meanwhile, left-wing orcs surrounded Washington, D.C. and even prevented Joe Biden from getting to the U.S. Capitol because they blocked the roads. Nothing for them. Zero charges. but arrests for Gold Star parents. Some of it's beyond like the memes, and some of it's beyond like actual laughter. Some of it's actually despicable evil, and that is what Joe Biden represents. It was fully on display last night. A grotesque, deranged, and dark demonstration. And, well, we deserve better as a country. Please God, get us to 2024, November 2024, and let's fix this place. Let's save America and make America great again. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay based. See ya.